The theme actually started at Longhorn Steakhouse out in Maryville. I met with our three captains, Jesse Harper, Tyler Bucher, and Reese Crossan. And they each had a couple of ideas as what they wanted. And I think Reese was the one who kind of solidified it. And the other two looked at him and they're like, yeah, that sounds pretty darn good. But it's kind of been our mantra the entire year. We are going to hopefully get after teams and get after them with our physicality, but also get after them and not stop. A lot of teams will go ahead and be lulled into complacency. And the way that we started our season, we didn't have that. We started out 0-2. And so with that, they decided to figuratively keep their foot on the gas and just trust in the process and keep doing what they're doing. And then as we started to get on a roll, obviously with now 10 wins in a row, just the excitement that comes with that now we're hitting and running on all cylinders. We've had a couple of setbacks offensively, defensively. We have these plays that happen. That's just the nature of the sport and the game itself. But for the kids, they were out there in the snow yesterday, and it was absolutely phenomenal. And you could just tell it was all gas, no brakes with them, because it was like, we need to go ahead and do this. We had kids at the end of practice, we're doing snow angels and just laughing, having fun, but also working together and working towards that goal, which is semi-state this week and hopefully state next week. The idea when everything transpired a little over a year ago now, we just sat down as a core staff, the guys that we knew wanted to stay, regardless of who our new head coach was going to be, myself or Coach Mueller as he came in and actually got the job. And we knew that the kids ultimately would do anything for us and anything that we asked of them, because they're just that kind of kids. And they love this sport, they love this game, but even more than that, they love each other. And so putting the emphasis on them and making them the center of our focus and our attention was huge for our staff. And that's what we said. You know what? Regardless of who comes in here, we want to go ahead and do what's right by the kids and make sure that they have the best experience that they possibly can in the game of football, and how that can then transpire into their lives as young adults and future hopefully model citizens and fathers and everything else. But what really kept us grounded, I think, was just knowing that the senior class that we had last year, they didn't get that. They didn't get the fulfillment of what these guys are getting right now. They had their season cut short, and unfortunately it was cut short by things that had happened and transpired. And we lost a close game to Penn, 13-0, our first sectional game. But the emotional toll that maybe that had on them is what we didn't want to have happen for these young men as well. And kind of just to add to that, I'm buying tickets out of our account for all the seniors from last year, just to get them home and bring them to the game, just to kind of give them that idea of, hey, listen, they started this by winning the DAC, and now we're carrying over with some of the ideas and the mentalities that they gave us. We're carrying it over and we're carrying that torch for them, but also now with them. To have them on the sidelines is going to be huge for us. Early on, we were trying to take and piece and put some guys in, because probably one of the biggest elements about a football team is their offensive line. They have to have fluidity. They have to have consistency across that. So if you get 5 to 7 or 8 kids who can kind of build that, we call it hog life, where it is they go before games and they go eat. They eat together, they travel everywhere together, they're in group chats together, but just kind of that essence of being together as one. And they've done a tremendous job. We've rushed for nearly 3,000 yards this year, which is just phenomenal, coming off of our last few years where we haven't even begun to scrape the surface of those numbers. Huge impact for us this year has been our defense. It's funny because we always tend to give up just one huge play, and then that's what kind of sparks us into, oh, that's not happening again. Looking for individuals, great storyline is Jackson Kurth, a young man who really had to watch from the sidelines, literally and figuratively speaking, because of some choices that he made. And in doing so, he's rushed for 1,400 yards. Jesse Harper for us as well has just been a phenomenal asset. Throughout his life, he's had people come up and tell him, well, you're too small. You're too small. And he takes it and uses it as a motivational edge, and he always has. He's solid, he's sturdy, and when the game's on the line, that's who we want to go ahead and put the ball in his hands, as well as Jackson. The community support for us, for myself, for our team has been phenomenal as well. And it's just a testament to our community. They're great. They're a great sports community. But more than that, they're just great for what they do for our kids, because whether it be band, choir, orchestra, or sport, they come out in full force. And it's a great community to live in.